These are all my thoughts and opinions based on information out in the public domain. Please do your own research and share your thoughts in our platform. Defamation is when people use words, emails, or any type of social media, television, whatever media it is, to lie and say defamatory statements about a person to the point that it deters third parties from even associating with the person they are defaming. Also, it's defamatory when they lie and those lies cause the person to lose jobs, to lose income because of those lies. Now, we have two Rachels here, Rachel Dolezal and Rachel Markle. Which one is worse? Rachel Dolezal actually has black children. She gave birth to black children as far as I'm aware. Yes, she lied about being black, but she actually never said she was black. She just presented herself as such. But she did a lot of good for the community when she was in the position inside that organization. Her crime was that she said that she identified with being black, which is, if you think about it, it's like most men now saying they identify with being women, and they are granted special rights for that. We have Hillary Baldwin, who says that she identified with the Spanish culture, and she doesn't even have any Spanish children. As I said, at least Rachel Dolezal has black children. Hillary Baldwin lied about absolutely everything and trashed the Hispanic culture, heritage. She lied, and she continues to lie, and everything is okay because it's Hillary Baldwin, a left-winger with Alec Baldwin. But we have Rachel Dolezal, and this woman was absolutely trashed. There's a documentary about her on Netflix, but she was condemned worldwide. She was ridiculed. And then here we have Rachel Markle, who is mixed race. She has basically shunned her entire black heritage all of her life until it suited her to use it to slander others or to try to get away with criminal actions or criminal behaviors or slandering others so she doesn't get called out. That is a criminal act. Okay? So we have Rachel Markle, who uses the race card to harm others, while Rachel Dolezal didn't use the race card and instead helped the black community, and yet she was condemned by the black community. How dare you be one of us? And here they are claiming that they want to claim Rachel Markle as one of their own, a woman who's been completely proven to be a liar. Now, many of you tell me, because I get quite a few emails and comments, why do you bother? I don't care about Rachel Meghan Markle. I've said this repeatedly before, but I do care about the fact that whatever stupid, lying, slandering things she does them using a royal title. Now, I'm gonna say this. I keep saying this. I'm gonna say the last time because you guys keep asking. I posted in my community a response directly from Parliament as to why they refused a request or a petition to remove Harry's titles. Parliament has been very clear, extremely clear. I don't know how many more times they have to say. Just because a YouTuber said this is that, oh no, it takes an act of Parliament. It'll set a bad precedent. What bad precedent? It'll set a precedent. So what? So what? The precedent that if you behave like crap, you are not entitled to have royal titles. The fact that the precedent should be that royals should be held accountable. The fact that there are rules in place to protect the monarchy, because the monarchy is not about an individual. It is about an institution and keeping it respectable. So Parliament has failed people by washing their hands and saying it's up to the monarch, which is absolutely true. The monarch can grant, remove, bestow, whatever you want to call it, all royal titles. But there are Dukes and Peerage Act. The Peerage Act, it has to do with non-royal titles. Like the Duke of Westminster, he's not a royal title, even though he's a duke. He's not a royal because he's not related to the queen. Okay, so he has to fall within the category, and he has to obey he's what's it called? He's bound by the Peerage Act. Royals are bound by the Queen's Act, or not a Queen's Act. There's no act. They're at the Queen's will or the monarch's will. And so people, oh, he's going to set a precedent. It's been done twice before. When the letters patent, I think it was 1917 or 1927, was written, a lot of people who were princesses and royal highnesses woke up to find out that they were no longer that anymore. With the Duke of Windsor, Parliament begged King George to please not give, the Duke of Windsor any royal titles, to remove the HRH, simply turn him into a citizen. But King George refused because he had financial dealings to do with his brother, mainly to keep Sandringham and all the other private things, because as the firstborn, even though he had abdicated, all properties and businesses belonged to him. So there was a negotiation. Okay, legally, the Duchess of Windsor should have never been called the Duchess of Windsor because they got married in a civil ceremony. Yet that was allowed. It was allowed by the monarch. So, Parliament has answered. It's up to the Queen. Yes, they need to sign it and ratify, but the Queen, with letters patent, the Queen has modified many things. Okay? So, but which Rachel Dolezal or Rachel Meghan Markle is more harmful? Rachel Markle has used the platform to lie, slander. She has caused great damage because she didn't quite manage to prevent third parties from associating to the monarchy, but it caused damage in the Commonwealth with countries that do no longer want to associate for the perceived racism that she said, that she falsely claimed she got. Okay? Because there's some crazies out there. And yet, people are still defending this woman. They're still defending the indefensible. You know what? There's no need to set a precedent. There's 2 precedents already set. Queens and kings have given and taken away royal titles at will. Okay? And for people to say, oh, it's the queen, or oh, no, it's going to set a precedent, so what? What's the big deal? But to me, I will leave this question to you. Who is worse? Please, I expect your comments down at the bottom. And yes, I'm rooting for Samantha, because Samantha is the only woman with the ovaries to hold Rachel Markle accountable for what she's done, the lies she said. When Rachel Markle, you know, when you said you wished you had siblings in Oprah, you have. Samantha and Tom, and they both babysat your white pasty ass when you were a kid and were kind and nice to you. So why do I bother with Rachel Markle? Because she's a liar, and she does that using the royal titles. Harry, I am sick and tired of people saying, oh, he has mental issues, he's gonna kill himself. Well, let him. Let him. You know? And I know people are going to say, oh, you're harsh, Paula. It's just, oh, we're worried about our mental health. It's just like this, it's like people worrying about an abuser's mental health. You know, people say, oh, we're not going to put him in jail because he's going to kill himself. This is why they have suicide watch. Does that mean that they're not going to get convicted? Because, oh, he has mental health issues. Harry does not have mental health issues. He has entitlement, prick, backfiring, scheming plans issue. He does not have mental health issues. He's an idiot. He's an arrogant, entitled idiot. And that book of his, I don't really care. I don't, give him an extra shovel so he can dig himself deeper from what he's done. But I do believe it's time to have, I've always said the title should have been removed from the beginning, and not only the Duke and the Duke titles, all of them. The Queen can make him a private citizen with a single stroke of a signature in a letters patent. See, do you have hiccups, chiquita? So, what do you guys think? Which one is worse? And why was only one condemned and the other one isn't? It would be interesting to have a documentary about all of Meghan Markle's lives, just like they did about Rachel Dolezal. Don't you think?